Hello everybody, my name is Victoria Mitchell and I'm a senior at the University of Arkansas, and I just got accepted into Texas A&M College of Dentistry as an incoming D1. So I'm kind of here to just share tips on my application cycle and tips that I think you should do, as well as kind of take a look at exactly what's on the application. So first I'm going to start out with some things that you should do right before the application cycle. Tip number 1 is to have a semester by semester. I had this as a note in my phone, but you can also have on Google Docs. But what I had was I wrote down each semester my extracurriculars, my awards and honors, my scholarships, and all my volunteer work. And I just kept this detailed so that when I went to access the application, I already had my thoughts organized and I was not going to miss out on anything that I had done in the past. The second tip I would recommend is having your shadowing hours written down. So I had this also in a notes, and I wrote down each office name, the doctors I saw, the hours I spent there, and every single observance that meant something to me, whether it's a bad experience with a patient, whether it's a good communication skills, something I saw that the doctor did that I really enjoyed, some things that I had questions about. I wrote down just anything that was meaningful for me, not only because I can go back and remember, oh yeah, this is what I did, but it's also something good to talk about in your application is, you know, I really want to be a doctor because I liked how Dr. so-and-so communicated with this patient that was nervous. And so it really gives you kind of an idea of what you've been doing. So another tip I'd recommend is finding the doctor you want to write your letter of recommendation before you actually apply. So you just go up to a doctor that you've been shadowing a lot and say, hey, I'm applying the cycle, would you be willing to write my letter of recommendation? And if they say yes, you can also provide a CV, which is a professional resume. And something else I would recommend is actually emailing them every few weeks or so and updating them on what's going on in your life. So say, hey, Dr. Rogers, this is Victoria. Just want to update you. I got an A in cell bio. I shadowed a periodontist. I, volunteered here. I had some questions about this. And this way you're keeping them in a loop and reminding them, hey, I'm going to write this letter down the road, and also giving them a lot of stuff to talk about on your application. And my last tip of the day is actually to order your transcript and have it shipped to you. And when you enter your courses into the application, you just completely copy what's on the transcript onto your computer and cross it out when you're done. This way you don't repeat courses by accident and you don't have questions. You know exactly what the admissions is seeing, and it's also easier for you to keep track of things. There is a service you can pay that will enter your transcript in for you. I do not recommend this. They're notorious for making mistakes, and at the end of the day, you know yourself and your courses better than any application service can, and this is something that's too big to really take risk on. Okay, so now to talk about what's actually on the application. So when I talk about the actual passages and requirements, I'm going to talk about character limits. And a character is not a word, it's the letters and the spaces that are used. So the first one is going to be a COVID-19 impact statement, and this is going to be 2,500 characters. You have your personal statement, which is 4,500 characters. You need to have your experiences, and whether it's volunteer, extracurricular, or in-person dental shadowing experience. Your manual dexterity, which is 600 characters. Keep in mind, once you submit your application, you can't edit or revise anything, so I do recommend triple checking everything, whether it be grammar, spelling, anything. What I did was I printed out a copy of my application, actually a few copies, and I gave them to myself and my friends, and we read them word for word, and with red ink pens marked everything we would change or that was hard to read, and I'd go back over it. And I did this 3 different times so that I was absolutely positive that I had the correct information and it was worded properly. While there isn't a way to edit or revise things that you have previously submitted, there is an option to add more things that you've done since you submitted your application. So feel free to keep them updated on what's going on and check the guidelines for ADSAS to see what information you can submit. Thank you everybody for watching this video. That is all. If you have any questions, feel free to comment them down below and I'll answer them, and I hope you have a fantastic day.